In this lecture, we are going to talk about the normal distribution and the confidence interval. A normal distribution is a symmetric probability distribution. This graph shows a standard normal distribution with the mean of 0 and the standard deviation of 1. So now suppose that we are working with daily returns. If the daily returns average is 0 and standard deviation is 1, we can calculate any other information related to this normal distribution. For example, the height of normal distribution shows the likelihood of an observation or a return happening. So the returns close to 0 are very likely, but a return, let's say a -5% return or a +5 return is very unlikely to happen. We can also see that 86% of observations are going to lie between one standard deviation from the average. Similarly, 95% of data will lie between two standard deviation from the average of our sample. So this would enable us to create a confidence interval for our distribution. Now let's see an example to see how we can calculate the confidence interval for our sample. The formula that we are going to use to calculate the confidence interval is as follows. So for a 95% confidence interval, we are going to add or subtract 2 standard deviation from the average of our sample. So the example says the average return for 10-year treasury bonds from 2011 to 2015 was 4.39% with a standard deviation of 9.62%. What is a 95% confidence interval for 2016's return? So here you can see the answer to this example. We are going to use the average from the information that the questions gives us, and once we are going to subtract 2 multiplied by the standard deviation, and at the other time we are going to add 2 multiplied by the standard deviation to the average of our sample. So once we do that, we get minus 14.85% to 23.63%. So we can interpret that we are 95% confident that the 10-year treasury bond return in 2016 will lie between minus 14.85% to 23.63%.